Hello, guys, welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Clement Lenglet as Barcelona are facing difficulties in offloading the defender as Saudi Arabian giants Al Nassr want to drop the pursuit of the Barca defender as he shows no interest in moving to Saudi Arabia. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, we are going to be discussing about our opponent watch, talking about Cadiz that we face this coming Sunday. Cadiz said to be without four players ahead of the Barcelona encounter. We are going to be discussing in much details on that. So as we get right into it in much details, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca have been pouring in a lot of efforts in order to try and find a solution for the future of defensive outcast Clement Lenglet, and it appeared that they finally had found a way out for the Frenchman, with reports suggesting that the 28-year-old was closing in on a move to Al Nassr. However, Lenglet's agent had a meeting with Barca officials yesterday and informed the club that the player wished to stay in Europe and asked for a little more time. So, are they running out of patience? While Lenglet might have requested time to sort out his future, it appears that Al Nassr are running out of patience and are already planning on moving out on other targets, according to reports from Sport. Al Nassr are on the lookout for a left-footed centre-back and had an agreement with Barca for Lenglet in place. But the players' reluctance and delays in decision have meant that they are exploring other options. Indeed, it is claimed that the Saudi Arabian giants have already entered into talks with Manchester City defender Aymeric Laporte and could be getting closer to his capture, which would lead to them ending the pursuit for Clement Lenglet. This could come as a big blow for Barca, given their urgent need to offload Lenglet, who happens to be one of the highest earners in the squad currently, with the club hoping to sign Joao Cancelo, a midfielder, and another forward. The former Sevilla man, Lenglet, his exit is key, and so Al Nassr are willing to meet Barca's €15 million demands. But the chances of a move to Saudi Arabia seem to be fading now, and Barcelona will be meeting Lenglet's representative again very soon to find a resolution for the player's situation. Of course, as I've said earlier, Lenglet continues to frustrate Barca with his decisions. Saudi Arabian clubs have been approaching, not just now, but also in the past couple of weeks. But the player has been refusing to budge. He has been refusing to accept those offers, leading to Barca feeling more frustrated, knowing fully well that we don't have much long time for this season or for this summer window to come to a close. And at the time when we need some cash in our coffers from player sales, Lenglet continues to make things difficult. We all know that Tottenham are not even panicking. They know that Barca, if they want to sell him, they will still sell him for that 5 million because they know that towards the end of the summer, they will try all way possible to cash in on Lenglet. Talks were going on with Tottenham Hotspur for a long time, ever since last month, but those negotiations came to a halt as Barca were demanding €15 million, but Spurs were saying that they have but €5 million for the player, but Barca refused outrightly. Since then, talks have been just paused, and of course, the player is feeling frustrated because, according to what we are getting, Lenglet's preference is to join Tottenham rather than going to Saudi Arabia. They say the player wants to continue playing for Europe. Despite the huge offers that have been coming along, he is not feeling tempted to join them as things stand. And now we are getting reports that Al Nassr are feeling they are fed up with that and they are losing patience now as they are now eyeing players like Aymeric Laporte from Manchester City. And if they go for that player, then I think we should just forget about Lenglet moving to Saudi Arabia anytime soon. Lenglet has been a player that, has never been in Javi's plans. Even when we signed him, Lenglet have never been the level that Barca needs. He's not the kind of defender we need. He's inconsistent, and of course, I still don't understand how on earth we ended up getting Lenglet in our squad. He was loaned out to Tottenham last season, and honestly, it was not the best of performances, but at least he had some decent performances at times. He played almost 30-something games there at Tottenham, but that have still not convinced Xavi that he could be counted upon to play at Barca. He can't be counted upon to play. So as it stands right now, a lot of things still need to be decided. Lenglet, agent, and Barca are still set to meet in order to discuss what's next for the player after all these frustrations that he's given to Barca. What's next? Because they need to sell him. Xavi have already said Lenglet will not even feature for any match moving forward as long as he is still in the Barca shirt. That's just the truth. There's no chance for him to keep playing. And also talk about players like Sergio Dest as well. Those are the two players that Barca have been trying to cash in on them, but it has been proven so difficult to even have suitors who can pay the price that Barca are demanding. It still looks so difficult as things stand. So we just have to see how things go from here. Just have to keep our fingers crossed, hoping that if these two out-of-favor stars leave, Barca will at least manage to have something in their covers that will help the club to a great extent, to do certain things or to complete certain transfer targets. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barca will be aiming to register their first victory in the 2023-24 La Liga season when they lock horns with Cadiz this Sunday. It will be Barca's first official game of the season at their temporary home, Estadio Olympic Luis Companys in Montjuic. After the disappointment of the opening goalless draw against Getafe, Xavi Hernandez and co will be aiming to get back on track and back all 3 points. So let's talk about 4 absent players for Cadiz. And Barca could have an advantage over their opponents on Sunday night, as Cadiz are said to be without as many as 4 important players, according to Mundo Deportivo. Indeed, Cadiz will be unable to count on new signings Gonzalo Escalante and Sergi Guardiola, along with Vitor Chust and Brian Ocampo. Escalante misses out on the contest due to suspension after being sent off in the Andalusian outfit season opener against Deportivo Alaves. As for the other 3 players, Guardiola, Ocampo, and Chust are all currently out to mend from their injuries and will be unavailable for manager Sergio Gonzalez. Playing Barca at home is a huge challenge, and doing so with several casualties makes things much more difficult for Cadiz. So Barca themselves will be going towards that game, missing some important players like Inigo Martinez, like Ronald Araujo. Of course, Inigo Martinez is still not ready to return to action despite having trained with the rest of the group for the first time today. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.